On the handout I gave on Friday, it had some different instructions for number 3. This is handout 6.1. We're using matrices to solve a system. It said something about use Gauss-Jordan elimination, which is perfectly fine, but it's more work, and I don't think we need to take it that far. We already know how to solve this using what we did on the last 2. So let's just pick up where we left off, another example. Let's do an augmented matrix. And if you've already been practicing this, I encourage you to hit pause and see how far you can take this problem without help. Here's our augmented matrix. And remember, I'm allowed to just literally flip rows if I want. Think about it as like whoever organized those equations there, wouldn't you say that's somewhat arbitrary? Like if someone decided to list the middle equation first, that's up to them, right? Well, that happens to have a 1 on the front. So let's do that. Let's flip row 1 and row 2. If you want to flip row 1 and row 3, that's perfectly fine as well. Your matrix will look a little different than mine though. But the final result, we'll both get the same answer. All right, there is our first step. I got 1 in the top left, so for the next step, I'm just going to copy row 1 because I'm done with row 1. I got a 1 top left, no more changing on that row. But that 2 right here is what I need to become a 0. So I could multiply top row or the third row by -2, add it to row 2, and I'll get a 0. So I guess, I don't know, let's use row 1. Let's change colors. And we're going to add it to row 2. That'll give us a 0 in the first spot. -2 times -1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. -2 times 2 is -4. So that's -18. Add it to 18 and we get 0. I need this 1 to become a 0 as well. So I could subtract row 1 from row 3. And that gives me 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus -1, that's a 3. -1 minus 2 is another 3, a -3. 6 minus 9 is -3. All right, we're making progress. I need both of those 3's. Well, actually, sorry, let's go slower. I need this 3 to become a 1. So let's multiply that row by 1/3. Let's copy the top. And we're going to multiply row 2 by 1/3. And that'll give us a 1 where that 3 is. It does give us a -2. -2/3, but oh well, that's fine. All right, next I need this 3 to become a 0. So I could subtract row 2 from row 3, and that'll take care of that. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. Negative 3 plus 2, because of the double negative. Negative 1 and negative 3. Last step, it's a little overkill. You don't really have to do it, because if you see that negative z equals negative 3, you know what the answer is. But we're going to go negative 1 times row 3. Copy down row 1 and 2. And we get 1, 3. Now we're about done, finally. So we know z is 3. Let's plug it into the second equation, and that'll tell us what y is. And we know y is 2. And lastly, x we get 5. All right, I hope that made sense. I will see y'all later.